Okay, for the second time now, we still have a student from Romania to present us his little study concerning an aspect of Romanian architecture, the Comenian castle. And then after we will start our work on computers. As you can see, I out of all the computers here. Okay.
My name is Mîţă. I am in the 7th grade at the therein high school in Vaslui, obviously. And today I would like to show you a presentation, a short presentation about the Comenius Castle, a castle that was built in the 15th century in the Hunedoara County in Romania. Right, so for the start, these are some photos. Of course, ready for young. Now, the castle itself is a Gothic Renaissance building. It was built by young people of Hunedoara, who were young carvers, or however you want to call it. It features tall and strong fence towers, a yard, and a drawbridge. Other significant parts of the buildings are the Knights Hall, a great reception hall, the White Bastion, which served as a food storage room, the clock tower, and the Dial Hall, as well as painted medallions. And among them, there are the portraits of Basarabul, Barachia, and Xylotympou Reunion. Short history. Well, the first thing is actual history, and the second two things, and the other things are legends. The current castle is the result of a restoration campaign that was undertaken after Cyprus fire and many centuries of neglect. And for the legends, 12 Turkish prisoners were promised freedom if they would dig a fountain and found water. Yes, they accomplished this task in 15 years, but the Romans did not set them free as promised. So as a result, they have written on the walls, this is real, I've seen it, you have water but no soul. And the other legend says that Vlad the Impaler was held prisoner here for 3 years since his abdication in 1462. Here are some photos. This is the castle front view, and this is the drawbridge, the second picture of the right. And again, this is another front view of the castle. It's a bit older image. And all these photos are of the inner court with lodge in it. And this is the Knights Hall. It's pretty impressive. And this is a close-up of the Knights Hall. And finally, the watchtower with the bridge that was used to carry supplies and
Then you want to?
Yes, those were canals. I forgot to mention that the castle itself was surrounded by a net of water canals that were filled with water during the battles. Yeah. Okay. And that's watching.
present my students' presentation about 3D street art. I don't know if you have experienced something like this. It is quite popular in the in big galleries, in big commercial centers. It's really impressive, but we'll start with illusion, right? So what is illusion? The question is that, what is it? It is something that cheats our brains, right? So we can see it, but, and we are cheated, our brains start working differently, and we can see something that is unreal. Sometimes even magicians use illusions to cheat us at the circus, and you can see that if you have a look at this circle, right? You have an impression that it moves, right? I don't know if it's worked. It works from my side, but I don't know if you can see it. And another thing, right? If you have a look at this squares, you can see that black dots appears on them, but there are no black dots there. So 3D art, street art is made by chalk, right, or by paint. There are some professional painters who do it, and they are earning a lot of money from doing this work. Sometimes there are commercials, and sometimes they are really impressive, just like pieces of art. So let's have a look, right? We can see that there is a small pond and a small ship, right? But it's a painting, right? And if you see it from the right angle, you have an impression that it is real. And another one, it is painted on the pavement, right? But the 3D works, right? You can see that it is real. It is almost real. And another one, you can see that the whole street was taken by the painter, and he had to omit some cars and some pieces. So the street is totally changed. And another painting, the surface is totally flat, right? But we have an impression that they are going to slide out. And yet another thing. And another. I don't know if you know where does it come from?
Yes. From the trunk line. The church.
From what?
Trunk line.
Fondé. Fondé is a French word to say something like
It's actually the street, 3D street painting comes from Italy. Right? Yeah, exactly. And we can see, no, we can't see, but I've got a video.
Open it separately.
Yeah. It's made, I downloaded it from YouTube, right? So you can see it in YouTube. It's in a fast motion, so it won't take a long time. You will see that it is important to draw the lines, right? They help a lot, and we will discuss it as well. street painting. Yeah, another thing is it's quite similar to street painting. It's more art, and sometimes it can be a nightmare to the neighbors, right, or to the owners of the buildings. But sometimes the works are really impressive, right? So let's have a look here at the first picture, right? You can see the totally different thing, and you can have a look inside, and it looks like the bomb exploded and opened a new perspective, right? And other things. Are very real, right? So the details are very important. These stairs are painted in tube metro station or tube station, and they look very real as well. Sometimes people wish to have something like this at homes. If they have money, so that they can have it painted. Another building, right? See, even the shadows are quite realistic, so it is amazing. And how to draw it, right? So it is important to know some basic drawing techniques, right? How to use perspective in drawing, how to use colors to show the lights or shadows, and how to measure distance and proportions. So the easiest thing, something that we had already discussed, the golden point, right? And it is easy to draw, I will show you the pictures, draw the street, right, or some buildings from the distance, right? It is very useful, especially when you are drawing or painting a street, and it is important to create the impression that the size of the buildings are right. So you can see that almost on every picture you can point where this point is, right? The perspective, where does it begin? And the shadows are also important. This is very good example. We can see that the sun is shining, right? And where we can see the shadows and the sun, right? The light is bright, but the shadows are preserved, so we can see that these places are darker than the rest. Doing the same, right? We've got perspective and the light as well. As you can see that the things at the first plan of the drawing, they are darker, and the rest is a little bit more fair. And how to measure distance and proportions. It's very important when drawing, right? So we can draw some lines to help us. If we're using paints, we can cover the lines with the paint, but when we are drawing with, I don't know, with pencil, we have to erase it, right? So it's important to use a good pencil.
This is the solution for the mural painting and for the very big, very big sculptures
as well.
Yes, as well.
Even
they are at first they are building or they are drawing the little version, and then after they are copying.
I'm not an artist,
a larger scale.
But I remember from my primary school that at school the teachers showed us how to make a drawing or painting using these lines, right? They are very helpful for children. And as you can see, there are all the golden point ends are used by painters, like in the painting of Mona Lisa or other things. And this is also important to teach as the art classes, because you can discover some tricks of painting or drawing, right, to the students. And that's it for
the Greek temple and then transformed into a church, Romanesque church. And these are excavations of the Roman presence, thermal excavations nearby. This is the Roman part of the town, an amphitheater, and this is a lighthouse, an ancient lighthouse of the town built by the Pope. And this is the front to the sea. It is a rocky area, rocky beach, and so you can see a lot of different things. This is the coastal part going to the south, and other views. And there is also Jewish presence, so the most ancient and the largest Jewish cemetery is in Ancona, with more than 1,300 tombs. Military area, so preserved for this reason, now it has been transformed into a sort of park, open to the public. And there is a route to be followed just to discover ancient Jewish origins. And the oldest, the barracks, were transformed into a university. So the place you saw Caserma di Lare. That is the seat for our modern university, but it used to be a barracks. And then another church near the cathedral, and again the palace. Another building, historical building, usually to be the city hall. So we had 3 different seats for the city hall during the years. All these buildings and an ancient church from the Rinascimento, the Church of Jesus, very classical style, Baroque classical style, with marble columns. So we will really have plenty of material to work upon, visiting places in our town. So very, very rich presentation of different style, different periods of our architecture. So you can see above, it is a very interesting city, undergoing some view of art and natural beauty, and it is not complete because there should be also Vanvitelli, Pentagon building, you can see it here, which is nearby, and it was built by Vanvitelli in Italian, and it was usually to be against the plague, a place for quarantine, against the plague, Lazarus in English, yes. Other details, very interesting details in our churches. This is the crypt of the cathedral. Other details. So it is going from different, and this is a famous Virgin portrait, to which is attributed a miracle under Napoleon. In Napoleon period, they say that this Virgin moved her eyes, and more than 700 people were assisting to this miracle. And so there is a story. And these are the lions outside the cathedral, and people normally put their hand, and it is so smooth because, yes, it's a sort of a traditional wish. They are made in stone, pink stone. This is the facade. Yes, the presence of this church is linked to an historical evolution. The Greek first, then the Romans, and then the following population was standing there, was living there. Again, our seafourth, yes, view from the water. Goethe was here, and he said, he wrote that the best sunset ever, well, he saw it in Ancona. So this is a sunset, because you know, for the shape of an elbow of the place, you can see the sun rising and sunsetting in the sea. So it is wonderful. Goethe was really impressed by it. So we invite you to come to Ancona and share this beauty with us. Okay? I think it's finished.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So for the end of this first day, we invite our Latvian partners for their presentation. Tomorrow we have that Nicosia tour, and we will discover the architecture from there. And then day after tomorrow, we will watch and we will listen to the other presentations from Poland, Romania 1, 2, and Romania Vaslui, the rest of our works. And we will divide ourselves into groups. The pupils, students group, will have some workshops run by Zdenek Stolarski. And the teachers group will have workshops also run by myself and by Zdenek Stolarski. So this will be the program for our 2 days to come. And now let's try to see, because it seems I have a little technical problem now. Just a moment. Because of the field, I have to reopen. but that's not sure. No. It's not. It has to scan again. Yes, sir. Yes, okay.
First of all, I want to congratulate all of us for being here in Cyprus, in a country with excellent weather, Saturday, and with unusual architecture, and with very hospitable, kind, and helpful people, which I think is the most important. And I have to say many thanks to Antonio and to his team, especially for Elias and Laura. And I thank you, and we appreciate your care, and thank you very much. And today we are going to see 2 videos. The first one will be about Portugal Reunion, and in the video you will see some photos from Portugal and concerning to our project, to architecture and
O fado nasceu dia, quando era mal e o céu na morada de mãe, no peito de ninguém, estando triste, cantava, estando triste, cantava. na boca de uma